Hello students, welcome to this class of operations management. So today we will study about forecasting. Okay. So what is forecasting? First of all, we should know what's the definition of forecasting. Forecasting is about basically to predict the data. Okay. Let's say we have an industry and I want to predict the demand of a certain product that I am manufacturing in my industry. Okay. Now why it's important? First of all, why we do the prediction? We do the prediction because we need to make arrangements for the future, right? You have to buy the raw materials, then you have to arrange the workforce, okay? You have to do all the official tasks. Then you must know beforehand that what are the preparations that are required. Okay? So that is why what we do the past data that we have collected as per our earlier experiences, okay, and the present data from other industries, right, we can also study that how the other industries are performing, what is the demand in other industries. Basically whatever the experience we have, we collect that experience and we predict the future values. Okay, we predict the future, and that this is and yes, please keep this in mind that this is scientific process. It's not like that yeah, I think so this will happen, or I think like this will happen. It's not work like that. It's a proper science. We will be using proper mathematics tools, okay, proper mathematical equations to predict the future. Okay, yeah, it's not that it will always be right, but yeah, we it's just an estimate. There will be errors, but we estimate. Okay, this is about forecasting. So just let's read it out what it's saying. First of all, it plays important role in the production planning. Okay, it plays important role in production planning for optimum use of resources. Okay, it is done on the basis of past data, and it is done based and future demand is estimated. What is saying that on the basis of past data, we use the past data. Why? We use the past data to predict the future demand. Okay, to predict the future demand. It is not a guesswork. It is not a guesswork. Yeah, it's not like that. And scientifically, I'm saying that, yeah, I think so, that I am feeling, I am getting a gut feeling that this will happen. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, we have proper documents for this, that why I'm thinking this will happen. It is done scientifically using statistics. When subjective opinion of experts is taken to estimate future demand, it is called prediction. Okay, so now what it means, we have basically here differentiated between the forecasted values as well as prediction. Okay, here prediction is also scientific. See what's the difference. What it means is that sometimes we do not exactly uses the objective data. Sometimes the prediction is done subjectively. How it's so? We have in such teams that are used in forecasting, or in the boards of the industries, we usually prefer to keep the experienced candidates, right? We always say that experience matters. Why that experience matters? Because as per their experience, they know that if such and such thing is happening in the industry, then there are high chances that this will happen, right? There are so much experienced people who will estimate by their experience that if economy is going in this direction, like presently there is a COVID situation going on. Okay, so the experienced professionals who have seen such calamities earlier, they know that how the market responds to such calamities. Okay, so with their experience they can provide the inputs that yes, if the COVID is now increasing, how this industry will behave. So this sort of guesswork that we do with the help of experts, it's not exactly guessworks. We are taken into account the opinion of very much expert people. Okay, so this is called prediction. Fine. Forecasting can be long term or short term. Okay, so there can be long term forecasting also, and there can be short term forecasting also. Okay, For period less than 1 year, it is called short forecasting. Let's say we are just planning that what will happen in next 5 months, what will happen in next 4 months. These are called short term plannings. Okay, we will plan accordingly, we will place the orders for the raw materials based on the short term demands that we are getting by our forecasting. Okay, so this is called short term forecasting. Then we also need to make long term plans, like our, like we have a government, like let's say the example of government of India. So what they do, like they have, I think a while back, they have made the decision that by 2030 we will make India completely electricity. Basically, India will totally be on electric vehicles. Okay, this was the main motive of the Indian government a while back. Okay, they were planning to increase to basically catalyze the process of electric vehicles so much in the industry that so that the pollution should be less. Okay, so that was the long term plan. Now to complete, now to attain that long term plan, we need to keep our short term goals. We keep approaching the short term goals. We will then plan, yeah, in this year I will do this. Now how we should act. So these are called short term plannings. Okay. So short forecasting, if it is less than 1 year, it is called short forecasting. Whereas for more than 5 years, it is long term forecasting. Okay. It's not such a hard and fast rule. It's just to give you an idea that what is short forecasting and what is long forecasting. Now, as we have talked earlier, methods of forecasting can be objective or subjective. Okay, what it means that methods of forecasting can be objective as well as subjective. Now, what is objective? Now, objective means we have proper mathematical values. Okay, we have completely objective data. We calculated, we basically collected the past data. Okay, then we do some calculations based on our understandings that we will study further in upcoming lectures. Okay, that how to forecast the data. We use the data to predict that what will happen in next year or what will happen after 5 years. What might happen, I will say, I will not say what will happen, because anytime the situation can change. It is just a forecasting. Okay, nobody can know the future, we can only predict the future. Okay, so yeah, so what is objective? We use statistics. Okay, we use past data. Okay, now this is mostly correct. This is correct prediction. What it means that comparatively, if we compare it to subjective values, then people, obviously industry guys, if they can do it objectively, they more trust it more. Okay, I can always doubt that, yeah, he might be wrong. We always say that what is the data, if you are saying this will happen, how can you prove that? No, experts, now expertise also matters, but if we can present that objectively, it's nothing like that. Okay, that's the best. So that is correct prediction. Then what then there are time series analysis and regression analysis. We will study about these both methods. So these both come under the objective methods. Okay, these are completely mathematical methods. We have certain equations. Okay, we have certain equations, so we will see. Fine. Okay, next we have subjective method. Now what is subjective method? Here we take the opinion of expert. Okay, so here we do not have any data. It's basically just the expert people sitting in the board or sitting in your committee. They are saying that, yeah, I think so, that as per my experience this thing could happen. Okay, so these are based on the opinions of expert. Here we have no past data. Okay, no analysis or statistics is done. Okay, only we use judgmental techniques like Delphi. We will shortly see what is Delphi technique. But yeah, in these subjective methods we use judgmental techniques. What is judgmental techniques? There are some methods, even if it's not completely objective, but there are some approaches that are used to predict the future. Okay, we will see in next class what is Delphi technique, and yeah, we will study a bit about objective methods also. Okay, fine, we will meet in next class. Bye bye.